The end of the year is fast approaching, and looking back, I have accomplished a lot from what I set out to achieve across 2022. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Reese, and in today's video, I'm going to be setting some of my 2023 goals, and I'm also going to be kickstarting somewhat of a mini series for the channel to keep track of the progress I make against them. During 2022, I completed a series of challenges that I set for myself, and I thought that some of them would be quite difficult, and I guess they kind of were, but I absolutely smashed all of them in the end within my allowed or allotted time frame. I finished an Olympic distance triathlon. I read and practiced Italian every single day. I lost 10 kilos. I finished the script to the book that I set out to write, and I was able to discipline myself enough to hit my very ambitious savings goals, just to name a few. For 2023, I want to up the ante a little bit, and I want to set some goals that I think will be somewhat difficult for myself to actually achieve. Not all of them, but I definitely think that 2 of them on my list are going to be quite difficult for me. Just note that I'm setting these goals for myself. There will be lots of people who will be able to do what I'm currently about to go through. However, I want them to be challenging for my current abilities. The first is fitness related. Earlier this year, I was probably the fittest that I have ever been, and that was because I just came off the back of training for 10 months for an Olympic distance triathlon. During this period of time, I tried to run a kilometer in under 3 minutes, and I failed miserably. I ran 650 meters and basically blacked out after that because I pushed my body to the limit. So for 2023, I'm going to put together a fitness plan, actually train to be able to do this, and I'm going to kind of document the pain that I have to go through in order to build up my fitness levels again to get across that finish line within that 3-minute window. Next up, I'm going to learn how to juggle 4 balls at once. Currently, I can do 3, and I can do it pretty easily because I taught myself a long time ago through a very handy YouTube tutorial. However, I've never been able to do 4. I've tried to figure it out. It's not something that I've actually ever been able to do. And I think that it'll be pretty easy to learn with a bit of practice. However, it's something that I want to learn how to do it, don't know how to do it, it's going on the list. For a more technical challenge, I want to exercise my brain. Now, I believe I'm somewhat Excel proficient. I'm pretty good with it. However, I'm definitely not the best. And it's something that I definitely have wanted to improve for a really long time is my macro programming skill set. And it's something that I'm going to be putting on my list. At this current point in time, I don't really have the parameters of what this challenge is going to entail. However, I kind of understand where I'm wanting to go with this. And I have a friend who will definitely be able to help me out to map out what I actually am aiming to achieve. And he might even be the teacher who grades my work once we actually set that challenge in place. This is definitely one on that list that I think is going to be pretty tough because it's not something I'm really good at the moment. It's something that scares me a little bit. Coding freaks me out quite a lot. And finally, I want to give back. It's something that I've wanted to do for a really long time. I've talked about it on the channel before, but I've never really had the right idea that will align with my relatively busy schedule that's going to fit into my day-to-day. However, I've now kind of had that epiphany and I kind of know exactly what I want to do in order to meet this criteria. Starting at the very beginning of the year, at a minimum of 1 hour per week for the entire year, I'm going to be volunteering my time to clean up rubbish in my local community. I plan to incorporate walking with this idea, and I'm planning to see how it develops over time. I've actually got a video that I'm going to be making on the topic. Depending on when this video comes out, I might even put the thumbnail of that video right here. We will see. I live near lots of parks, I live close to the beach and around lots of areas that are used by the community in general. So it will also be very interesting to see throughout the year how many people I can get involved with the cause. I think it's going to be a fun one and one that's absolutely well worth putting my time into. Overall, I think it will be a good, wholesome opportunity to get involved in the community, and it will allow me to do something that isn't purely focused on progressing my personal life. That's why I'm kind of excited to do it, because it's something that really doesn't fit into my current daily routine. I'm going to shake things up a bit and see where it takes me. Now, to keep track of the progress I make, I plan to do updates maybe once every month or so to not saturate the channel with videos like this. However, I think that that is a good limit to really see the progress I make throughout the year. There'll be certain stats and information that I track on these specific challenges because it's something that kind of will progress as I go. Like the running one, I'll get fitter, and I'd like to say by the 3rd month, I'm ready to try and actually give it a proper go. So I'm going to provide those status updates. And if you are interested in seeing how I perform across that journey, feel free to hit that like and subscribe button down below so you don't miss any of the videos I release on those updates. Now, like I mentioned earlier, over 2022, I set a number of relatively difficult goals for me to achieve, and I worked really hard towards ticking them off of that achievement list. That focus has given me a lot of motivation to sink more time into events and activities like this because I gained a lot. Like I benefited a lot mentally, physically from actually setting out these challenges and working towards achieving them. And some of them I actually did end up documenting and making videos on the channel, where you would have seen thumbnails pop up throughout this video, and here are a few more or of the same ones, just in case you wanted to go and watch them to see what my mentality was like at the very beginning and then at the end once I had actually achieved them. Overall, I think the new incorporation of these goals are definitely going to be achievable. However, keep in mind that I'm also keeping goals that I've set over previous years as well, being reading and Italian. They're definitely going to continue as part of my daily routine because, again, I've benefited greatly from participating in those activities. With that being said, the 2 most difficult ones of the 4 that I'm setting for 2023, in my opinion, are going to be running that 3-minute kilometer. I think it's going to be really tough. I think I'm going to be hurting a fair bit when I cross that finish line under that 3-minute mark. And number 2 is definitely going to be coding. Coding scares the shit out of me, but that's why it's on my list, because I need to figure out a way to improve my skill set because it's actually useful in the job that I work, and it's something that will carry forward throughout my career. So it's going to benefit me in the long run to even learn the basics. So I'm kind of excited about that too. And that really is the most exciting thing about setting these goals. I don't know if I'm going to be able to achieve them all, but I am pretty excited to put in the work to try my very best. And if I don't achieve them, that will be okay too. I will learn a lot during that time that I sink into them. That is where I'm going to leave you today. Like I said before, if you want to join me on this journey, feel free to hit that like and subscribe button down below and watch those videos, watch those updates, and have a discussion with me in the comment section if you want to. I'm going to leave you there. Have a good day, have a good week, and hopefully I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.